Hello, everyone. Hi. Are we live? I think we're live. Yay. And I see some of you have already left comments. Oh my goodness. Hi, Allie. Welcome. Muse in the craft room says RIP my debit card. I can already tell. Oh, oh my goodness. Um, Yeah, I think we're gonna just like wait a couple minutes before we start the presentation and just sort of give people a chance to join in. But those of you who are already here, thank you so much for being here. I don't do that many live streams anymore, but I always enjoy going live and talking fabrics because that's pretty much my favorite subject in the world. Um, Mushiros asks, "How are you?" I'm good. I've had a long day. I actually recorded a video for my Burnett sewing machine project, so it's very weird. It's like the two things that I worked on this year that like these two giant projects. It's all happening kind of this week, with the fabrics releasing in Michaels and with my Burnett sewing machines arriving in stores like this week. So I'm just kind of holed up in my craft room making content and you know trying to make sure these launches go well. Um, but yeah, I'm just very grateful I get to do this, and of course with the fabrics, it's been unsure. We were unsure when we would be able to bring them to you in store already. So yeah, I'm gonna say hi to a few more people, and then I'll try to properly start this presentation. Joseph says it's been a decade since I've seen you at Otakon. 2015. Yes, it has. I totally am. Yeah, Otakon has switched venues and everything. I haven't been to the new venue yet. Yeah. Gabby says, "It's been one hell of a year." Yes, it has. Great shirt. Yes, I love the sweater. It is like nice and cold now. So, and I got this secondhand in Japan, and it's super cute. It has like a little cat. It's like kind of a Halloween sweater, but it's super cute. Michael says, "We met at a show years ago." Yes, yes. And Anthony, welcome. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Um, so yeah, you're my all-time favorite cosplayer. Oh, thank you so much, Christina. I appreciate that. And Ian Jennings, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It's so nice to see so many of you. Thank you for carrying the Macross fandom. Oh my god. Yes, always forever a Macross girl. Gigi and Mari, hi, it's good to see you guys. Aw. Well, let's see. Yeah, so why don't I just kind of start this live stream? I'm just kind of babbling. I feel like for the first 5 minutes, I'm always babbling because I'm just excited to see you guys. Melanie is here. Thank you. And Bari and Marissa, hi. Melanie's like, "I heard there was fabrics." Yes, we're here to chat fabrics. I have a lot. Hi, Nipa. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's just awesome. So maybe I need to go live. Every time I go live, I'm like, I should go live more often because I get just excited to see everybody. But anyway, we are here to talk fabrics. So this live stream was put together by me and the team at Cosplay Fabrics. So um, a bunch of them are behind the scenes this in this live stream. They're making sure that, everything runs smoothly and they can populate comments. So if you have any questions throughout the live stream, leave the questions in the comments and we'll try to answer them as we can. Have any of you been to one of these before? Have you watched one of my live streams in the past where I, present the fabrics? Oh my god, Mighty Guitar Mods. If cheers from Melbourne. Oh my god, thank you so much for coming. all the way from wait, what time is it in Australia? I feel like it's like an ungodly time, probably. But thank you so very much. And so, yeah, Shatira says, first time seeing one. Okay, so this is literally a presentation where I have sample yardage of every fabric that is in stores. Like I can't just go into a store and spend an hour showing you the fabric. So Cosplay Fabrics and I, we actually prepare all the samples ahead of time, send them to my house so I can show them to you in peace and we can talk about each of them and you can ask me questions about them and we can just kind of geek out about what we want to see. But this this live stream is very special because it's the live stream marking our first collection landing at Michael's. So obviously this year has been very rough with Joanne going out of business and we like Cosplay Fabrics and I, we really have struggled and tried really hard to think of ways to continue bringing these fabrics to you. And as you may have been a part of it, but I really think this happened because you guys asked for it and you made your wishes known to Michaels. You've been so supportive. Anytime I've been on social media, asking for support and rallying um, and showing sort of the power of the cosplay community. You guys have responded, so thank you so much for that. And I really think Michaels took notice partially because of like all the demand from the cosplay community. So we have worked very, very hard to make this collection available and actually manufacture enough and ship them in time before this year is over. I mean, if you can imagine, this is a huge undertaking to go from one huge retailer to a second huge retailer. So it's been a lot of work for us, but also Michaels has been very proactive and very gung ho to get into the sewing space, and I think they realize that they need to be a resource. Obviously, it's good for their business to, have this um m- monopoly now, but I really do think it's like they could have taken their time more. They really, they didn't have to put this much effort into it, but they already have opened their, sewing store section. So it's really, really awesome. Um, Cat Yellow Ranger asks, "Are you still at Mood?" Yes, we are still at Mood. So we're still just distributing through multiple online sources besides Michael's. So at moodfabrics.com, where the fabrics are also at lindus.com and Famore Cutlery, so famcut.com. So we can put links to those in the chat and I think it's just really important to have them available through multiple sources because people sell out, it's sometimes difficult to restock. And it's always good for you guys to have multiple resources. And greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much for coming. um, Buenos noches. So, anyway, so yeah, all these fabrics that I'm going to show you tonight, they are setting in Michael's this week, and some of the stores are more set than others. So probably this weekend would be a good time for you to check out your local store. Um, Also, what else do I need to tell you? Yeah, like, so the fabrics are available in 400 stores to start with. I think it's like 395, so basically 400 in the US as well as Canada. So that's not every Michaels store. Michaels has, over 1,000 stores. And of course, this has to do with their floor plan and which stores can even expand into carrying fabrics. So I hope you won't be too disappointed if this is not available in the closest store to you, but I think 400 stores is still so much better than online only, right? And also, we have posted a, store locator list. So right here, on Wyla.com, there is a store locator with the list of all the stores that these fabrics are available in. So you can check that out and might help you plan better. And of course, they are available through michaels.com as well. So um, plenty of options. Yeah, go check out the Canada list. It's in like, definitely in a few large cities. All right, so without further ado, I've like babbled for 10 minutes, but do you want to see some fabrics? let's let's just get started with fabrics. So the first fabric I will show is a staple that I personally really always need. And yeah, fabric. That's right. So yes, Turtle Smithy and Chocolate Energy. Yay. Anyway, so the first fabric. Do you all know what this one is? I don't even have to say, right? This is the scuba hex. This is like my wonderful beloved scuba hex that I must have a stash of. It is really so important. My God. I mean, what can I say about this fabric? I'm just amazed that we have been able to continue making it for several years. And this is literally it's a scuba fabric with a hex pattern embossed into it's like heat embossed into it. So it has a subtle um 3D texture that is perfect for superhero, sci-fi. I mean, just it has so many uses. It is very comfortable when you wear it. It is a two-way stretch. So it does have stretch, and even when it's stretched out, the hex still looks like a hex. So it can be used for bodysuits and for undersuits, and it's just the fabric that I go to constantly. I'm always reaching for it. And what's also great is that this is not a pleather, because pleather is not as breathable. This is actually a breathable fabric. So I use it also a lot as paneling. So if I make a pleather suit, then I will put the paneling with the hex, around my armpit, on the sides, or even like around my back, so that I have some breathability going through the bodysuit. So it can be used as the main fabric. It can be used as, the companion fabric. It'd be interesting to see comparison of swatches from the first print compared to now. So yes, this fabric has changed a little bit throughout the years just because of the manufacturing process. It is still, it's still the same, like, it still has the same effect, it's still made with the same materials. It just maybe there would be tiny differences if you had a batch from, what, 7 years ago when we first did it, versus now, but it's still fantastic. And, um, definitely get your hands on some if you can, and do let me know if you have any questions. But this is awesome. And the scuba hex also comes in white, which are arguably is even more important than the black, because the white scuba hex can be dyed with the synthetic dye, so Rid Dye More, or yeah, so like if you use the synthetic type dye that Michaels, I'm sure, is also starting to carry, then you'll be able to actually dye this whatever color you want. So I've seen people do the My Hero Academia suits. So like Deku's green suit, they'll dye it that green and just use it for his hero suit. I think, which I think is awesome. So again, that it has a subtle texture, and the white it will be very subtle because it reflects light, so from far away, it will look, like a solid white fabric, but as you get closer or in certain light, it will it will show up the texture. And Savage Cosplay just confirmed that Michaels does have red dye more, so yeah, you can totally make this whatever color you have. Yeah, I'm very happy that they bought both the black and the white because they are true staples. And this is like a really nice cool white. So to me it's really is like a true white, so it's great for hero suits. And yeah, my friend Melinda, she's making nice from To Be Hero X right now, a whole suit with these scuba heads in white, which is perfect. So I'm just like, yes, all the superheroes. Um, Moonshiro asks, "Will it be stretchy even if you don't use a zigzag stitch?" So you do want to use a zigzag stitch or a stretch stitch, which looks like a lightning bolt, when you sew a stretchy fabric, and that is just, for the sake of you need to be able to stretch a bit. So, but yeah, I mean, most sewing machines should have a zigzag as well as a stretch stitch. Let's see. Everybody happy? Yes, it's perfect for nice. Yes. Let's see. Have you used fabric paint on them? Yes. Yes, I have used fabric paint. It does take fabric paint. So go nuts. Yeah. All right, let's move on. We have some more fabrics to get through. So the next set that I'll show you is another staple. So these are very important fabrics, which are the matte solid stretch. So matte solid stretch, this is the high quality spandex that we have been producing for years. This is nice and opaque. It's not see-through at all. And it's just a high quality spandex that is not too thin and not too thick. So it's truly perfect for a base. So, whatever base suit, if you need a spandex, this is very good quality. And it also comes in red. Of course, the black is hard to see, but comes in true red. Um, and it comes in blue. So a navy, or more like a royal blue, actually. I think we call it navy. I think it maybe needs to be changed to royal blue. But these are like, the colors are very, like all American, Captain America, like true blue, true red. Um, Four-way stretch, of course. And sews beautifully. And you don't need double layers. You can just use one layer. It will give you perfect coverage. So black and blue is perfect for Nightwing. Yes. So yes, these are really nice. And oh, Melanie's ahead of yourself. Ultra Preme. Ultra Preme is next. So the matte spandex also comes in white. And this white is a little more cream, but it's also very, very nice, and it can also be dyed with red dye more with the synthetic. So we're giving you the matte spandex in 4 colorways, which I think is great. So how we feeling? How we feeling? Good, good, good. Yes, the red is perfect for Deadpool. Our next fabric is the Ultra Preme. So Ultra Preme was my unicorn fabric for years before I started working with Cosplay Fabric. I only found a little bit of it at I think it was as a remnant at one of the LA fabric stores, like district stores. And I'm so happy that we were able to reverse engineer this fabric and produce it, because this potentially is my favorite fabric in the whole world. Um, if you switch the camera view to me, I can show it on the camera. So it is just like it's wonderful. It's four-way stretch. It is a matte rubbery finish. I think that's what I love the most about it, is that it literally it looks like it's a matte rubbery finish. So it's very suitable for a variety of outfits, because it's not like the way that the light hits it, it's also not true black depending on the light. So sometimes it shows up as gray, sometimes it shows up as black, and I just love the dimension of it. You really like, if you like encase yourself in it, you really see the body dimension. So um it also is very easy to sew and very forgiving. So I've just used this whenever I need to make anything, I also made like even like a full armor with this. So I did like a Fire Emblem Camilla armor by sewing the Ultra Prime over foam. So it even works for, fantasy too. So yeah, definitely a staple. And so this is now also available at Michael's. Yes, and Black Widow, of course. Man, you have so much fun with Black Widow with my fabrics. So and then Melanie did ask if there are other colorways for the Ultra Prime. Unfortunately, the answer is no at the moment. So we're only doing the Ultra Prime in black, and that honestly is because of like the production cost. This is not the cheapest fabric to make, and because of it, the sale price has to be a little higher, and it's been difficult for the stores to get enough sales to justify like a production run. So like the first year we had the Ultra Prime, we did I think like 4 or 5 colorways. We had like red and blue and purple and pink. I mean, it was awesome. And even I've gone through all my stash of the other colors of Ultra Prime. I myself don't have any more, and it's very sad. So hopefully, maybe with this new partner, with Michaels, we can, maybe if this collection does really well and they want to expand, we can have a meeting with them and discuss, new additions like the Ultra Prime. It truly would be amazing to bring the Ultra Prime back, you know. So, my gosh, you guys are going nuts on the comments. One of you has several yards of the blue Ultra Prime. Oh my god, hoard it, keep it. Yeah, I'm jealous. You have more than me. And Pentarona says, you made Todoroki. You made Todoroki with the Ultra Prime. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. I think I used the last of my blue Ultra Prime for Chun-Li, like the Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li. So like her pants are the Ultra Prime. Oh, I miss it so much. Anyway, so let's see. We're gonna continue on. There's more fabrics. So, but it's nice, right? We're like reminiscing about all these fabrics. And please always tell me what you have made with them. If I show you another fabric and you've made something with it, I want to know. Tell me. So, our next fabric, again, very important, is the four-way pleather. So, pleathers, let me tell you. So pleathers are like, they range the gamut in quality. They look so cool, but if you get a bad pleather, it's like the worst. Like it's like death. So I've always believed very strongly in our four-way stretch pleather, because I have dealt with bad pleather that disintegrates, that like where the finish comes off of the backing and starts peeling. I've dealt with all of that for years. So I always wanted a good pleather that, like has the durability and also has like that look. So this is it is a thin fabric, but it is robust. So I have used this to make leggings, to make, you know, parts of a bodysuit. I usually mix multiple fabrics, but I've made plenty of things with this pleather and it is solid. So, and yeah, like you don't want pleather that flakes. So this is really good pleather. And if you're in the store, feel free to pick at it, feel free to stretch it and see if you can get this backing. The backing will not come, it's like fused to the finish. So this is good pleather that we're selling at Joann for years, that many people have used. And yes, I did use this for your forger for my Thorn Princess. So those are the legs on your, and so I'm very glad that we can offer you our black pleather and also our gold pleather, which is arguably maybe even more important than the black pleather because, yeah, Melinda says I can't live without the gold stretch pleather. I just can't live with it either. I just used it. My last costume that's sitting next to me, I used it on. So this gold is beautiful. It's always been beautiful, right? It is just the best. It truly is fantastic because it is like this true gold. It's not too it's like, I think the color is fantastic, the depth, the shine. It's again like it's not shiny, it's a sheen. So it looks like very expensive gold, and it is the only good gold fabric anywhere. Yes, so I hoard this, as you can tell. This is my stash. So, and I use it for not only like if I need a whole garment in gold, but I use it a lot for trims. So I will cut strips of it and, trim different costumes with this. And it also, I use it as an applique on my pura. It takes heat well. Yes, this I what can I say? You guys have done it all for me. I appreciate it. So yeah, this is now also available at Michael's. So please go and get your stash, replenish your stash. And currently it's not available in silver. Again, that would be a colorway I personally would love to expand into because in my opinion, silver is also really important accent color. It just historically didn't sell as much as the gold. So when we were working with Joann and doing the production, they just wanted to buy the gold. So we're starting with, quite a sizable collection already. And hopefully in the future we can expand into silver. Yeah. All right. Oh, Veronica says you used it for my free run cosplay. I also used it for my free run cosplay. Now that I think about it, I've made all the cuffs and, all the gold pieces out of it. So, it's great. And so next we have the low stretch pleather. So this is a heavier grade pleather than the 4-way stretch, and it also has a different finish. So the shine on it is different than the 4-way stretch. I'll show you the comparison actually. I have like a pile of fabric growing on my floor. By the end of this live, I'm just going to be swimming in fabrics. So here is the 4-way stretch. It's thinner, and then the low stretch, you can see this is not as shiny as this fabric, especially in person. There's quite a difference, and this actually has a little bit of a texture to it. So there's a graininess to this finish versus this is like sleek. This is almost latex, like if you shine this up, almost latex. But the low stretch pleather, it's really awesome for covering foam or making like more like fantasy type outfits. I'd say like if you need a black leather look for a fantasy outfit, I would go with the low stretch pleather. And then if you need superhero or sci-fi, then you would use the four-way stretch pleather. That is much shinier. Um, so it is also, well, it is a two-way stretch. We call it a two-way stretch, but it's like very stretchy for a two-way stretch. So if you cut it on the bias, it really has plenty of stretch to it. So yes, it's very lovely. Okay, so I've gone through a bunch of tried and true staples, things that we produced before and that are coming back into stores. But now I got to show you some new shit. Got to show you some new fabrics, brand new. These have never been in store before. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I'm also very excited. I'm always excited to show you new stuff and get your reaction and see what you think. Jessica, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, please continue to leave your comments and so yes, the first new fabric, brand new, is called, what is it called? I have a cheat sheet here. So this is called the Silver Hex Stretch. Look at that. So I'll come closer so you can see. So it has a geometric repeating pattern and it is super, super shiny, shiny silver printed against matte white spandex or matte white stretch. So it has a really cool uh, contrast. And the pattern also, it sort of has like this mesmerizing aspect to it. So if you can imagine how it would stretch around your body, I think it would be super duper cool to use for something. So it's like all of a sudden it takes on this shape. So C4 props say, yeah, isometric cubes. Thank you. So I'm like, how do I describe this? Anyway, it is four-way stretch, wonderful four-way stretch. So very comfortable and smooth. So it is one of our foils, and we've always done very, very good foils. And yeah, I'm like, what would you make with this? I want to know what comes to mind. Like, I'm almost thinking like, I don't know, I would make like a fancy silver surfer or something, like where it's not just all silver, but you have like some texture to it. I mean, look at that. I think it's really cool. Yeah. I'm also trying to figure out like what would I make with it, you know. But yeah, it sort of has that look depending on yeah. Robot guts. Oh, robot guts. Yes. Silver Sable. Silver Sable is good. That's a good one. Emma Frost accent pieces on her suit. Oh, that would work so well for Emma. Yeah, because it has the diamond. Like, look, those are diamond shapes. So, it could work for a chainmail look too. I think it depends. Oh, what about the Baldur's Gate character? That she has like, but she has like scales. Um, RoboCop. So yeah, this is very cool. So this is brand new. It is the Silver Hex Stretch. So check it out in stores. Get a little bit. And speaking of scales, our next brand new fabric, new feature is the iridescent scale. Another super crazy bright shiny fabric. Look at that. So we've done a lot of scales in the past, but this scale is actually sequins. So each of the scales is actually sequins that has been adhered to a somewhat stretchy knit base, which means it is actually three-dimensional. So this literally is like wearing fish scales, so or dragon scales, whatever you want to call it. So this is like so fun. My goodness, this is so fun, right? I love this. Um, but yeah, I mean, look at that. It is 3D scales. It's like I skinned a dragon. Oops. I don't know. The light fury. Somebody do a light fury in this, please. Muse in the craft room is like my next tail project sorted. Yeah. So, and so the base fabric has some stretch to it. It won't be as crazy because it literally is like there's like, the sequins themselves are not stretchy. So if you make something with it, definitely think about the grain and the bias and to get the maximum stretch. But I just think it's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. I'm just like, yeah, I love it. So very, very excited for this one. Gozer from Ghostbuster. Yes, psychedelic. Um, all right, so we're not done. We have more new fabrics. We're gonna start like I just showed you here. I'm moving to my other pile now. I just showed you a bunch of foils, and pleathers and stretch fabrics. So now we're gonna move into the flowy wovens. Okay. All right. So we have a new mini collection of crushed chiffon. So, oh my gosh, they're all falling. They're all falling. Ah! Anyway, so this is the crushed chiffon. Um, Although it's like now that I have a sample finally in my hand, it is more like an organza, but it is super liquid shiny and but it has a crushed texture on it. So I think it's like more fun and interesting visually than just like the liquid shiny, fabrics that sometimes have been popping around. I love the texture of it, and the color is a bit hard to see, on my screen, so this is like it's a plum purple. Actually, it's like a mauve purple. So, I feel like depending on what you paired with, it could veer more, into the mauve, or it could take on more, of a purple, but it's semi-translucent, so it's semi-see-through. I would say this is a medium weight fabric. It's not crazy thin, but because of it, like you can make a skirt with it. Like it's not like it is somewhat see-through. You can see, right? It's like somewhat see-through, but not stupid see-through. So I think it's really beautiful for any fantasy outfits, any Ren Fair, any, even Danmei outfits, any time that you need something flowy, I think that would be really beautiful. It sometimes looks like velvet. Yeah, I think it depends on where you're looking, but it's definitely it's a very free flowing sheer fabric. I would be interested in seeing how it would look next to velvet. So like if you used velvet with this, it must probably create a really interesting contrast. So I think it'd be so nice. So yeah. Oh my god. So this also comes in a powder blue. So it's on my screen right now because of my camera setup, it looks almost gray, but in person it definitely is blue. So, but it is a grayish blue. So, I really like sort of the muted colors. I feel like it looks more expensive and more luxurious because of these sort of muted uh the shades that we chose. Gives Elsa vibes, yes. So it is semi-sheer. So you can see, like you can see my hand, but it is not sheer. So yeah. And ooh, and then I think the green is arguably the prettiest. I love this green. This is so nice. I mean, look at that. So, um, so it's also a very affordable fabric. The one thing is it's not that wide. It's not like the full 45 width. So it's let's see, it is 40. Well, no, it's 46 actually. Now that I'm on a table that has measuring, so it's about 46 inches wide, and this I think is only like is it 8.99 or 9.99? So it's like really good deal, I think. So yeah, very Lord of the Rings. My gosh, it's like very elven, very so I think it's lovely, right? And lastly, or Mau Mau Green. Yes, I know Mau Mau has a green outfit in the next season. I'm already thinking ahead. Trust me. We also have it. We call it the ivory. So this is ivory for the crushed chiffon organza. So I mean, what can you say? I think it's lovely. And very I think there's a lot of uses, especially for the ivory. And yes, it is 8.99 a yard. So I think that's very good. Very good deal. So yeah. All right. Having fun. We still have more to go through. So the next new fabric, brand new, is we're sort of in the vein of fantasy fabrics. This is the blue illusion gradient mesh. So, wow! It's so hard to describe. I mean, my God, look at it on camera. It looks amazing in person, but even on like my webcam, look at this. It's just so yeah, it is a mesh and it is two-way stretch. So it does stretch in two directions. And it is a great day for mermaids. Yeah. I'm just like, my God. Really? Yes. Yes. Use it for crystal XRs. Yes, do it. But I just think it's so beautiful. I feel like I have to design something using this. I gotta do something with this immediately. It's so pretty. Um, but yes, please share ideas. Give more ideas. But you see, it is stretchy. So, although I also love the way it drapes. So I feel like I would probably use it to drape. Um, but also maybe as an overlay, like if it was a corset, if it was like the overlay of, on a corset, that'd be so cool. So yes, sparkly. Yeah, if you need to be sparkly. This is the gradient illusion mesh. So, all right. So now we are into our brocades. I've always been very proud of what we've been able to do with brocades, and we're usually sort of at the cutting edge of new technology when it comes to brocades. So, I'm going to show you some brocades that are coming back from previous collections, and then some new ones. So, David asked if we can have the illusion mesh in pink. Obviously, of course. I'd love to have more colorways, but I think we just wanted to, you know, have one to see how people would react to it. So, but if y'all like it, hopefully we can get more. So the first brocade, so this is a reoccurring fabric. This was available before, and it is one of my favorites. This is the red floral brocade velvet. This is the fabric that I used for my Thorn Princess, Your Forger costume from Spy Family. It is so luxurious. I mean, the print is incredible on it. with the branches and the flowers, and and then the fact that it is literally against this velvety background, so it's like these shiny flowers, and the flowers have dimension too. Um, so it's just dimension upon texture, and I'm just very happy that it's back because I would love to use it for something else again. So, and this is the back of the fabric, which is also really cool, just the backside. But it's like it's a nice thicker fabric, but it's very soft. So, yeah. I think it's very your, so that's why I chose to do this instead of just you know, regular rose. And very Mulanish. Yeah, I can see that for Mulan. I can see it for Mel as well. Mel would totally go for this. Yeah, it's very lovely. I think I've already seen 2 separate questions about the Marriott carpet fabric. Um, we're trying, okay? So when it comes to the carpet brocade, trust me, I would love to bring it back. We will continue to try. So again, it depends on how well this collection is doing. So if this collection does well and sells really a lot, like if Michaels literally sees the sale, of the first quarter of sales, and they see that you guys are buying out all of these, then I think they would certainly be more open to talking to us about adding more fabrics. And certainly I would make the carpet brocade a priority because you know, I know that we gotta have that. So, and let's see. So I know, like, with a lot of the reoccurring fabrics, you guys may have picked up yardage at the end of the Joanne sales. And so you might have a stash already. But I hope I'm showing you enough new fabrics, things that you haven't seen before or have never used before, that you would still consider going and picking up a few yards. Truly, sales help. It's like I can do everything I can, to convince them, but they're gonna look at the numbers. So yeah. Um, did you say let me buy the palette? Yes. So the next brocade is the large metallic floral brocade. So this is our gorgeous, like, classic brocade that we've done with just like this humongous pattern, such a bold pattern. And I've seen lovely costumes and garments made with this. And I'm just very excited to see, what you guys will do now that it is at Michael's. So this is a heavyweight brocade. This is thickly woven, super high quality. The backing is so nice. I mean, just very, very soft sheen backing with the delicate woven brocade on it. So it's like you can see there's like nice contrast. I just think it's perfect. It's like it has like little um areas of hyper shiny, but it's not all shiny. So I've always loved that about this fabric. So yeah, so the large floral brocade is back. It is very expensive looking. Yes, very. And in the same vein, we are also doing the Duchess brocade in ivory gold. So this is another reoccurring brocade that has a little bit of a smaller pattern, but still very bold. But because of the colors, because it's ivory gold with some pink and blues in it, but like very pastel, it just looks very elegant. Oh my God. I'm being overwhelmed by fabrics. It's happening. So this is also heavyweight, so very nice and thick structure. It'll be great for coats, vests, corsets. Um, I mean, just fabric that has like structure on it. I've seen people upholster with them, and yeah, you could totally upholster with these. So, um, I think they're lovely. Yeah. All right, so now we have some new brocades. So these were the reoccurring brocades, but we have some brand new ones. I need some water, guys. I'm like losing my voice. It's been a day. All right. So new brocade that's never been available before, but now is at Michael's is the red tonal floral brocade. So I love tonal. I love it when it's, kind of color on color, and it's sort of like gives you like it's not that contrasty. This is I would say it's a medium weight, and it has so much like dimension to it. So again, this is where you can tell is like nice high quality brocade, because it's not just woven. It's like the types of threads they use, and there's also this very subtle heat embossed raised like this the flower lines. This is like it's raised, so it has like a 3D dimension to it. So yeah, Hall Mat is coming up. Certainly, if you want to go festive, you can. This also would be gorgeous for Spy Family, and I don't know, what else would you like to make with it? I think just this deep red is fantastic. Azula, yep, could be Azula. What else? Yeah, very lovely. So, yeah. And oh, hi Hannah. Hannah says it'd be a gorgeous base for Belle dress. If this had been available when I was making Belle, I would have done this. Like, why was this not available when I was making Belle? We hadn't thought of it yet. Dang. But yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm not remaking Belle. I love my Belle. Maybe I'll make a different Belle. I could do like an inspired. I don't know. Gotta do something with it. So the next fabric, when I was doing just like my little, like posted my little video announcing this live, you guys all went nuts over this fabric. So this is the teal 3D floral brocade. This is another brand new fabric. I think we knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm somewhat obsessed with this one, which is why I have so much yardage, because I'm like, I need enough to make a giant dress or something. So I mean, the colors are incredibly bold. It has a metallic sheen. It is 3D, so again has the embossed raised shaping. So you have like all this dimension. And I just think to put this fuchsia against a teal, it's just such a good combo. And then you add a little bit of gold in there, it's just fantastic. So, did someone say Queen Charlotte? Queen Charlotte. I mean, it is sort of continuing is very queen. It is very Versailles. It's very, so I think it's fantastic. It is lighter weight. Well, I'd say it's a medium. It's a medium weight. So because it's like a metallic threading, you will need to put a lining next to it. So like this would not feel good against your skin if it was just on its own. Please line this so that you'll be comfortable. Yeah. So, hi Miracle. Thanks for joining. Yay. So many wonderful familiar faces. I appreciate it. Um so yeah, I love this one. Teal 3D floral brocade. Yeah. Oh goodness. All right. So, our next brocade is the red peacock brocade. So we have done a peacock in the past, but it was like a dark teal. So this is the first time we're venturing into, almost like phoenix. So like gold and gold, a darker red, and a purple. There's a purple in here too, like the peacock feathers right here, and these floral components is like a plummy purple dark. So, again, it's like hard to see on my camera, but it definitely has, yeah, it's just like, it's very fine, I'd say. Like, and I like the spacing between the designs. So you can really sort of like get the feathery effect. This is more of a heavier weight brocade, so sort of similar to the large metallic floor brocade. Again, very structured, be fantastic for an overskirt or a coat, a cape. So I just think it's beautiful. It's again like one of these like very luxurious fabrics. I mean, look at that. Like the pattern is just so bold, and I actually really like how far apart the designs are. So you really get that, you know, that effect. Yeah. And it's really nice to have like this bronzy gold too. So it sort of has this like antique gold. Very D&D, yes, for sure. Let's see. So we're down to the last fabric in this presentation. So this is the bronze 3D bubble, which is also it's like a 3D textured woven fabric that I don't even know how I would describe it. It's just like so cool. So it's like crazy texture. And it is basically a Ghidorah skin. Yes. So yeah. Actually, thank you. I was like, what would I describe this as? But yes, very dragon. Um, super soft, honestly. Very soft, but still a good weight to it. And it's the like texture on it is erased, so it truly is a bubble texture that also reads as scales, reads as dragon skin. So I really would love to see what people might do with it. um yeah, I think it's like really important to have some fabrics that just focus on texture. I think texture is just like so important in costume design and translating designs into costumes. So, yeah. Let's see. I want to see what else you guys think. Gajinka. Yes. Everybody's saying dragon. So yeah, somebody go nuts. Make a dragon. Yeah. Having this as an underlayer for armor. Yes, yes, that's also a really good idea. Yeah, I love it. So, um, so guess what? This is actually not all the fabrics that are coming to Michael's. We actually had to move, so like there was so much going on with producing this collection that we had to ship them in 2 waves. So this is actually just wave 1. There is a second wave of fabrics coming that are mostly foils, so more selection in shiny foils. Because 'cause I'm sure some of you were like, "Well, what happened to, like, the metallics?" Like the metallic gold and metallic silver that you used to have. Well, those are coming to Michael's, they're just gonna come in a second wave. So, in, a few weeks, I I might be able to do another live stream to show you guys the other wave, and then maybe by then, like, we can talk about what ideas you've had and do the wave. Am I doing the wave? So, so yeah, the collection at Michael's will grow. So by the end of the year, it should be complete with both waves of fabrics. So yes. Um, Brittany, it's awesome that these fabrics are coming to Michael's. Yeah, I am just as happy as you are. I am potentially more happy than any of you because like I use these fabrics just as much. I use them in all my costumes. Every costume at one point I pull out something that is from my collection, and it's so important to me that these continue to be produced and are available to you guys, and that, you know, you have a team that really understands what cosplayers need and what the like ongoing development in textiles, how they could benefit, our community. And so yeah, so it's like it's super means a lot to me. um let's see. Oh yes, Ali says Michael's adopted us. Yeah, Michael's adopted us. I'm very grateful. And so I hope we can support them and um show them, like, and also like tell them what we want on top of what they're already doing. Cuz as far as I am aware of, this is like the first big collection of fashion fabrics that they're bringing in. So, of course, they're serving the cotton and quilting communities, but I think it's really important that they also don't, like they do these types of collections for the garment sewers and the fashion sewers and the cosplayers. So, I suppose, like, now that I've shown you all these fabrics, if you have any questions, now would be a good time. We could chat for a second, answer your questions, or um, yeah, I just really happy and grateful that you guys took time to spend with me. You know, I'm gonna take a drink because I've been talking a lot today. Mm. And yeah, like like Cosplay Fabric says, we are hoping to be in more stores, in as many stores as possible. I think they're going to continue expanding their sewing collections in, more stores. Um, and hopefully we would be right alongside that. Let's see. Um, Yes, I think somebody asked a question about what the smallest cut that Michaels will do. I mean, they do cut by yard, and I'm sure that they would, like, if you're there in person, I'm sure they'll do like a half yard. So, I actually haven't bought fabric in person from Michaels. But if any of you know, if you've like bought fabric in person, if you know what the smallest cut is, but that, happy to share that info. I'm trying to read the comments. Crane Riot, hi, is asking if the Ultra Preme is going to be available. So the black Ultra Preme is available. None of the other colorways yet, but definitely the black, which I do think is probably the most important. Marissa says that it would be nice to see a few skin shades of power mesh fabric. Um, that would certainly be awesome. I think for now, I think it still could be a while before like the collection expands to that point. Because I think for now they just want like shiny and fashion. So it's almost like we need to get the collection to be very robust and for this to become a staple at Michael's, and then we can go into some of the, you know, basic but very important items like power mesh. So, um, are the trims coming back too? So we I think we've like floated the idea to them, um, and they have not bought the trims yet. I would love to sell them the trims. I think we really would love that. So if you guys let it be known that you also want the Cosplay Fabrics trims or the Yaya Han trims, then certainly we'll continue to offer it to them. Um, so I think like I already feel really lucky that they bought the fabrics, that they're carrying these. So for now, I'm just like I'm seeing this as a true win. I'm very grateful. So of course, if the demand is there, we'd love to expand into trims. I think their trim collection is still very small, so it would be nice if we could help them with that because we do have, you know, a big assortment. So, um, yeah, I think at Michael's a lot of trims are more ribbons, so they just have to get to that point. Ian asked if I'm doing a calendar this year. I'm not doing a calendar this year, partially because I have had so much going on with the fabrics and the Burnett sewing machine that I was like, I'm not taking on a calendar on top of everything else. But I'm sort of feeling the hankering to make a calendar again, so maybe next year we'll see. Um, like these types of launches, they have so much like behind the scenes work that you guys don't see. Like, there's like a lot of back and forth meetings and with different departments. So um, I really wanted to be here sort of the last couple of months of the year in order to be present for the launches and be able to do things like this live stream. So, yeah. Hi, Jay. Thanks for joining. Mm, let's see. I'm trying to see some of the other comments. Um, I think there's a question about cutting counters. I that's like a company-wide thing that they have to implement. I'm sure I you have to imagine how much work it's been for them to expand like that. It's not easy to have 1,000 stores that all have different floor plans and different like, square yard, square meters and um I'm sure they want cutting counters. Uh and I think it just they need time to like we need to give them a chance to implement these things and be able to bring in these new features. Like it's like they've never done sewing before. If you really think about it, this huge chain has never done really sewing. So it's a huge section to expand into. So let's give them a year at least, right? Um, I literally have no idea if they carry patterns. I truly don't know. I'll be honest. Kind of curious if they actually do have a pattern section. Hmm. Uh, JoJo's art exhibition asks if my fabrics are sold on Mood Fabrics website. So yes, Mood is very reliable in their stock and shipping, and they Like, so you can buy from Mood with confidence. If they have it in stock as it's listed, they'll be able to ship it. So, um, they also carry the fabrics as well as the trims. So they actually carry more than Michaels, and so you would be able to get the trims from Mood as well. Mm. Stars of Cassiopeia says, I saw a few patterns at Michael's a week or two ago. Very small though. So yeah, I think that definitely is something that they also have to grow into. Um, but it's been also kind of uh uncertain with patterns in general. I actually have no idea what's going to happen to my patterns. I'll just be honest, no one has messaged me in months. I know nothing about the future of my patterns because the big four, they, went bankrupt, and then I think like somebody did buy them, but I have no idea what they're going to do in the future, and they certainly have not reached out to me to figure out. So I'm very, very grateful for the years I've been able to make patterns, but I really don't know what's going to happen in the future. So, um, let's see. Momo says, would there be any expansion into molds for gems or standard cosplay designs? Like, I've always been interested in molds, and I think it's something that if we had the chance to present, I certainly would have some ideas for really cool gem molds and other types of molds that you could, like press either like hot glue or resin or whatever into to make pieces. So yeah, but I think sometimes it's like, oh, then you have to like talk to a different buyer and have like this whole process of development. So think we're just like one thing at a time. We're really grateful to get the fabrics in the store. You know, next let's try to expand and maybe get the carpet brocade back or be able to get the trims back. And if we have the chance to present some other items, um, certainly, um, yeah, it's kind of a carpet brocade, my love. Yes. I know. It it is very important that we get the carpet brocade back, like, with ample time for people to make something before September. So, I would really like that. Ian asked what my future plans are for 2026. Yeah, I'm losing my voice. Um, so right now, I don't know. I have some events lined up already for 2026. I've been enjoying crafting and sort of like sewing and making costumes. And I will of course continue to develop the fabric collection and continue working with Burnett. Um, I'm also working with a couple other companies to make um, sewing and crafting products that I can't talk about yet, but by next year I should be able to fill you guys in. So I'm trying. I'm like I think I've like shown people that I know how to develop a product, especially for this communities. So I'm gonna try to keep doing that for sure with companies that are interested and that are willing to invest. But like it's very important that we're good partners, that we all want the same thing. Like I never want to put out a product that feels like a cash grab that was like not researched properly. Everything that I do, I really want to stand behind 100%. So it's about like teaching companies and having very high quality standards, but still being able to be flexible with what's possible and you know, of course, this year we're navigating all the tariffs. So I'm really, really grateful to Cosplay Fabrics as a partner. They, I mean, there's like several of them that are here. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and they're basically working to make sure the stream is going well because they really care about the fabric collection. And so, like, they've been amazing, and they, are really, really care about the cosplay community, and the products that we make, really reflect that. So yeah, that's what I will continue to be working on in 2026 is developing more products with them. So yeah, a serger. You guys want a serger? I like sergers. Sergers are awesome. Yeah. Overlocks or sergers, they actually do way more than just finishing one edge. You can actually make like a lot of different garments. You can do a lot of cool things with them. So, um, yeah, maybe I need to talk to Burnett to see if they maybe want to make a serger because those are, yeah, it's very powerful what you can do with an overlock. And especially if it has like a cover stitch feature, then yeah. Can it be purple? You know it's gonna be purple. How can it not be purple? Come on. So yeah. All right. So let's see. Uh we've been on for over an hour. And so I think I'm probably gonna close the stream soonish because the Cosplay Fabrics team literally they're still on. And I'm like, maybe I need to give them a break. They've literally worked all day. Um, I have noted your wishes. I see cover stitch, foam clay, makeup. I certainly would love to do all those products. Yes, for sure. So give me time. Please support me if you know, like sometimes for these projects to go through, I might have to call upon the power of social media again. And so please, please, please support me when that comes. And if I do a call of action, please join in. Tell your friends to join in. That's very, very important because that's how we let our wishes be known. And yes, thank you so much to the Cosplay Fabrics team. Thank you all so much for coming, all of you. Um, let's do this again in a few weeks with the second wave of fabrics. And yeah, go to Michael's, check out the new fabrics, maybe get yourself a stash, and then tell me what you're making. Please tag me. Thank you so much, all of you guys. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you. Mwah. I'm gonna go now.